Hey guys, it's your main man. Actually, I'm bringing you guys some more things, right? Ace Attorney. In the last episode, we met Damon Gaunt, the chief of police, and he submitted some new evidence that has been really intriguing. We found out that Bruce Goodman, our victim, somehow was killed at the same time in two different places. That can't be right. So we're gonna find out the truth. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What's going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the department's evidence room. What's this? And the evidence room? Part. The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes away apart from my car. Well, that's what we're going to find out, or try to at least. Alright, let's do this. Glad she's in good spirits. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Would you mind coming with me? I'll prove that these thick rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. Alright, so we're transported to the office underground parking lot. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Of course it was our victim who was killed at the department. And my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the police chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood stains or not, the water in the old drum washed it all away. Hehe. Ignore the strength of science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This is situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Oh my god, luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. I'm not drinking it. Look, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You have an extra pair of those things? What the hell are those glasses? To test for blood reaction, you just spray luminol on it. Look like this, see? Touch the screen to spray on. Okay, let's find some blood stains. So yeah, chapter 5 or episode 5, case 5, whatever you want to call it, utilizes a lot of the 3DS's capability, not 3DS, DS's capabilities, such as the touchscreen. As I said, it's a new kind of because it's a new chapter that wasn't in the original Japanese version that was on the GBA. It utilizes a lot of the functions that the DS has, like the microphone and the touchscreen. So in this case, we're just gonna use the luminol and we're gonna find this little stain of blood over here. And we have to click it again. I forgot about that. I don't know why the police wouldn't do this themselves. So is this a blood stain? It's so Emma, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. What? You've never fallen down, scraped your knee or something like that? We definitely know that's not real blood. That's just leftover ones, I'm sure. Because Unless he's cold-blooded or blue-blooded. I'm not really sure. What's odd about this? The amount of blood. The amount. Wait, if he died from. Wait, if he died. The amount of blood. The perpetration fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little bit more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at the blood on the sole of his victim's shoe. Strange. If they fought here, there'd have been more bloodstains than this. See how I'm marking up the floor pans when we find a bloodstain? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, that's very useful information to have. I saved up my allowance to buy this. So we got some luminoid testing fluid. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case, and will drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah, it feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? This luminal stuff is really gonna come in handy. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Mister, you only trust your eyes. Not bad. Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. Alright, she's here for some reason. Let's talk to her. You suddenly put me in a tight spot yet today. My apologies, Miss Starr, but... No, it's okay. It's my fault. Oh, we know. I missed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw the chief prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear in my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it all up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know? I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect, and before long they called me the cover-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food presents for all your lunches. Oh man. It's all because of that case, the SL9 incident. SL... Wait, she doesn't mean... Okay, there's something that we have to present her with. Maybe that photo? If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime? I climbed a chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes? In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole of my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I had my testimony disregarded before. I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. that time. She's talking about the SL blah 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 case. So I guess we gotta show the switchblade knife maybe. What did you think about this SL9 incident? On that knife? And on that note? Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over, not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about SL9 incident? Alright, so we open up a new chain of information, the SL9. Is that why I was getting confused before in the second case? I kept calling the DL6 case the DL9, and now I have the SL9. Maybe that's why I was getting confused beforehand. The police and the prosecutor. Wow, look at it. It's Marshall, Goodman, and Angel Starr, and whoever that guy in the corner is. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence, so they didn't solve it. On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was they never did find decisive evidence, not even a little. What? But the criminal was executed, right? Evidence of a sort, made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. Like you. So, she lost her job and Marshall became a patrolman. Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly. Officer Jake Marshall. Ha! Got it. There's no point showing us a picture and then saying, oh my god, like it's so special and shit. Jake Marshall. Look, they showed us the picture. They showed us that picture and then they have to point it out. I know that's for Phoenix, but still, they could have just said it in that little brief. You know, me, Marshall, Goodman were all working on this thing. Instead of just adding more lines of dialogue. They're the only real reason in this cursed office. I come here to meet my old friends, boyfriends that help me investigate. How many does she have anyway? Maybe she got maybe she's a bit confused with the word boyfriend. I think she may mean like guys who are friends with her, but not they're guys, but they're not like in a relationship. Maybe, or maybe she could be just a player. No, be a player. Salisbury steak. By the way, it's Christmas time right now while I'm recording this. So Merry Christmas to y'all. It probably won't be up until I don't know when this will be up. It'll be up soon, but. A long time ago when he was so nice. He got along well with my sister. He made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now, he's so cold. Jake and I were merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you, Jake. So that gives us the clue of that we have to talk to Marshall. So let's go talk to him, and I know exactly where he'll be, the police department. It's even busier here today. The police running around. So we can have a look in the evidence room. There. Wow, look at all the cowboy stuff. I wonder who's here. I wonder whose place this is. So much more. It's hard to think straight. What? Wait, I want to know. No, what I want to know is if this is a guard station. Where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who this guard is. I think it's kind of obvious, but let's go ahead and examine the place. Florida's lasso. A trap here? I know. Maybe someone who was like wild bull? What? Okay. These are the monitors. The cat, the cacti is a lot like her sister, encased in a cold, rigid cells with thorns pointing in every direction, just like her. You know, I've been looking at that cactus a while now, and I don't see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. Anyway, what does that say? The security card. A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather. What was that called again? A punchy, paunchy, a pinchy. I know. A poochie. Wait. Maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho. Anyway, nobody seems to be here, so let's get the hell out of here. And we should make our way. Oh. Please. What was in that? One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. That's a gumshoe. Now's no time for chit chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lashland. You told me one of these. Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now is not the time to spare. We've caught our criminal, now we just need the evidence. The criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, pal. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch, pronto. Standing around here talking isn't gonna fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. Out of the evidence room. So I guess we gotta go to the criminal fed. No, that's my mistake. I went. Wow, everything looks deadly serious in here. Well, vicious murder department out there. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Ah, it makes my head hurt. Well, nurse, I want to check out the crime scene here. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up, or we would wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants more mysteries and dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone. Okay, so nobody's gonna help you here. But right now, I'm gonna go to the detention center. Still, I do feel better about things a little. I mean, they called the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not... Things will just... Oh my god, that was loud. What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I was the perpetrator a gangster, sir. That's what I'd say. Meekins? Why they... If they caught him, then why they let him... Then why the hell are they letting him have a freaking microphone? That doesn't make any sense to me. Whatever. Hi, greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Officer Meekins, so you're the guard here at the detention center. No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, sir. Like a lost little lamb, sir. Like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir, how should I say this? Wait, oh my god, he is the suspect. Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. What? Oh my god, this is unexpected turn of events, definitely. Sir, I'm a patrolman with general affairs, sir. Sir! Oh, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business day, sir. Some business that day, sir. And so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard office in the front of the room was empty, sir. So normally, though, there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room's monitor, sir. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. Ow! What the heck is that guy doing? I'm sorry, I was just, oh man, this guy's funny. After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. Just like Miss Sky. Wow, even more coincidences. Yeah, no, yeah, you're completely 100% right. Emma, first things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. How'd you hurt your hand? And your hand, that happened when Detective Goodman was stabbed. Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell you the truth, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I was just hollered, sir. Was it hollered? Is that a word? And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone. Doesn't that hurt, dude? Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then I looked down. I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock! Oh, the sorrow, sir! Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared. That's the same story. Oh my god. So somehow Detective Goodman left. That doesn't make any sense. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as a perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me a victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention and alive and well at that. Yes, that's true. Well, you can be a victim and still be alive. You know, you can be a victim if you're hurt by someone else. So, you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. Okay, no intention, but there's something else that I need to show him. Maybe... Maybe it's this. Officer Meekins, this is for you. Eek! I'm scared of knives, sir. It's okay. I just wanted to take it. That's it, sir. Last night. That's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, and I was being peeled. On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting a lot, but I've been through a lot. Does he have anything else to say? Maybe I can present him with something else. Goodness idea. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's what? My head was blank until this very moment. But, sir, now I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card was the cause of it all. This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. Okay. So you got a new line of questioning. Crime details. Can you tell me what is it you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a lost little patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious? Sir, I entered the evidence room and I asked the man to display his ID card. By the book. And that's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing, sir. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you, I was as flustered as you were right now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him. Why? My immediate thought process is that, for whatever reason, Detective Goodman didn't want to show him his ID card. Or he didn't have his ID card. But if he didn't have his ID card, why would he point a knife at him? Unless I'll save it for later. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim, whom he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say some along those lines. But you still ended up here. They told me it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on tape. I'm trying to do my best, crazy voice, but oh man, I'm gonna die. And you wait until now to tell us? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll handle my badge. I don't deserve it. No, thanks. I have my own. Alright, so I guess we gotta go to the scene of the crime, because we've asked him everything that we can ask him. Okay, how do we get to the... Alright, I think it's Criminal Affairs Department. Hey, Mr. Wright. Look who's standing at the head detective's desk. That's Chief Gant. Oh man, I keep saying Grant, but I'm not sure. Are you sure this is all? You know what it means if there is anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it is most likely totally perfect. We checked the drawers, the lockers, the garbage cans, the coat pockets, the pillowcases behind the computer monitors, the coffee machine. I see. If anything does turn up, you call me right away, deal? Yes, sir! We'll scour the place again, sir! The head detective looks flustered. Ha ha! Righty, my boy. How you been? Swimming much? Oh, Chief Grant. Reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? So, Gant, what are you doing? I keep saying Grant, because I'm so used to seeing Grant on there. It's like, who the hell's name is Gant? Oh, Worthy. Oh, you know him. You know. They're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. A Dragon Age inquisition? No. Yep. We've had no end of trouble with the boys since last year. You mean the incidents on Gauntlet? It doesn't look good having one or more people sitting in the defendant's seat. Now you got something else found guilty in that case, Writer. What karma? A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught by forging evidence. Wait! I didn't do anything. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you say. Why they do just about anything to restore their profit. Now, depending on what the committee decides, it could be bad for Edgeworth. The Worthy. Hate the way he says it. Mate, I did not. I kicked that guy's ass. I caught him for what he did in the most extraordinary way you're never gonna believe. I did not forge evidence. Don't tell me that. That's your thing. You'll find out more. It's downright odd. I tell you. I mean, it happened at the exact same time. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? No, righto. I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And in particular, well, it's a little sensitive. I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate once of all, hiding stuff, secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the head detective strapped shut. He was the one you were picking on earlier. You saw that, whoops. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. So I finally figured out what I'm supposed to do. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to examine the head detective. I don't know how you're supposed to know that. What exactly does the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. It took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. And nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing. It's a lost item report. It's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date is February 21st. February 21st. When did he die? Permission granted. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a little favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Sorry about that. I just had my lunch and I'm having hiccups for some reason. Nah, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate at all. Righto, please do. Please, do I look like a selfish man? Not really. You look like quite a respectable man with some cool ass hair. So, go ahead. Investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show you never know until you ask. And for you, here, you can borrow this. Huh? This is Detective ID card, isn't it? It's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir. That is honor. Okay, so we get the permission to go for it. That's why, like, they always end the. You always know you're never done with a character or a screen when they don't like specifically tell you, now you can go to this place and check this place out, which is something that is a good thing to know in this game. Always check that, you know, every screen you go to, every character you're meeting. Why do we have to go to the police department entrance in order to go to the freaking security guard office? Is it in a different building or something? I don't know. But now we gotta press the button and examine the evidence room. Now that we have the ID card, we can walk in. But it's not working. Howdy, partners. Well, what's made my bambina sky so gray? Hey, it's our favorite cowboy, Officer Marshall. What's that? Somehow I knew. Look for. Of course I knew. Look at this place. If this isn't this is like some kind of weird Wild West like set or something. Look, it's all over the place. You got the cow head in the corner. You got the ponchos. You got the cactus. You got the cow hat. So yeah, so he allows us to go in, which is nice. You're busy then. Did I say that? I only wish I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no minds tangled with us hombres. Okay, maybe he does want to talk to us. I was wondering if talk to you about. Sorry, Bambina. I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wide prairie, like a gunslinger loading his 6-shooter. I say a little player. Raw. Oh my god, I'm not saying that. What was that all about, Mr. Wright? I think he's just too hungry to talk. Okay, so if he's too hungry to talk, I think I know exactly what to give him. Maybe he has something else to say when we talk about Marshall. Nope, he ain't got anything to say. Thank God there's a speed up button. That's what it sounds like, speed up, by the way. Sounds interesting. So we gotta present him with that steak lunch that Miss Star gave us. That smell. Reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, just saw a special on TV the other day. Is this for my baby? Yes. Yeah, Miss Star. What's this? What's wrong? I feel a steak lunch. I see. I don't see. I wonder what he explains. So we gave him the steak lunch. Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask. Anything. Okay. So now he's willing to talk. So let's ask him. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. That's poor little guy. Poor guy. I kept getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know. So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the hallway on the back of my steed, Zippy. No, he was riding down the hallway on his... He doesn't have a horse. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang up job of keeping an eye in place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take the machines much. Kinda like that shrewd broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Okay, let's talk about the security system. I know maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? Sorry, I just cracked up there. My voice just cracked. Like I said, Bambina, me and my machines. I like them about as much as a stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest one to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased after every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman's, where are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. Only one more thing. When you go into your evidence room, you need an ID card. That's the card reader. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card passed through it. 7777777. Who the hell has that? That's a really easy ID number to know. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. I saw exactly what she's talking about. There was a number, if you looked close enough, there was a number on that paper that was the same as Goodman's. I think it was at 4 something, I believe, or 5 o'clock, maybe. I didn't look at the time, but I do see the number. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but nobody tells us what actually happened. There was some things that you better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case was officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case? That's right. The evidence transfers. What is transferal? Sorry, but could you explain this whole transfer thing? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under presiding detective supervision for 2 years, so we can reinvestigate them. So-called cases, basically. So what happens in evidence? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the police station. It's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transfer is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever, dead. But like, we've gone through this before in a previous. We've gone through this before in a previous case. You know, it usually takes them. Usually, most cases that are, no, unless is it because they're unsolved? Maybe it was cases though. I'm thinking of when it was Edgeworth and the day of what was it? The date of whatever it was called. Um, you know, cases that are unsolved usually take time. So, kind of weird. So here we are in the evidence room. Eek! Whoa! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Righto, please do. I look like a selfish man. Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. Yeah, it's true. So cheap police Gant will loan anyone $50, even me. uh, Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today, just for today. But first of all, you want to have this. Okay, so we get the evidence room £4. In this chapter, we get a hell of a lot of evidence in our court record. I think my chair broke. It felt like it was gonna break like a couple of times, but now it's finally broken. Or should I wouldn't say the whole thing is broken, but some of it is. Sorry about that, I just had to fix my chair. Anyway. Only you can open? Edgeworth. I always believe in Edgeworth no matter what happens. I guess this is what they call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. The SL9 case. We keep hearing about this case, and now I'm wondering what it is. Every locker is fixed so that one detective can open it. Using this ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Well, I'm on my third guard since entering the force already. That sounds like a lost. Yes, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean the fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. Wow, that's a lot of stuff to look for. Funny, they look like normal lockers. Ladies and Markle, there's a little trick to the handles. See, the handles. On the other side of the handles is a sensor. But zap, you get a shock. If that happens, if that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't know about that fingerprint locks. So the evidence locker, the only way to open it is by one person opening it. But right now, I forgot to do something. We actually have to show him the ID Goodman card. Sorry about that. I just had a cough there. Look at the fourth number. It's a perfect match. Right before the stabbing. 5. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card? That's the thing, he pointed a knife at me. If he had his ID card, why would he point a knife? Okay, so now he goes to the ID card room. The ID card thingamabob. But yeah, that's all we can get from this guy. Oops, that's my mistake. I went the wrong way. Does he want to talk about anything else? Nope. No. Okay. So let's move into the evidence room because we got some stuff to examine. So first off, let's examine this piece of paper because I thought it was kind of weird. There's something sticking out of there. Looks like a shirt. It must be evidence for some case. And puts it there. There you go, pal. Making me out to be some kind of slob. It's not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was open recently. How would you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence might get ripped or dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of thing and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Silly evidence, man. That can be the difference between someone getting sent to jail or not, someone being executed or not. I mean, in a world of execution, you have to take everything seriously, you know what I mean? Can't just, be an asshole about everything. Why is there paint here? What's I'm paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art. I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps you're witnessing the birthplace of the blue badger. Well, you might say this is my studio. Here in the evidence, yeah, exactly. In where you do this, you paint a mascot in what? In an evidence room full of very touchy evidence that you can ruin easily. Are you guys? Oh my god, this guy, he's absolutely retarded. Anyway, let's examine this open one. Look, this is open. That locker is coded with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Goodman's locker? Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it would be hard to get it open again if we closed it. Well, the guy is dead. So you can't necessarily bring up the dead body, bring all the way here, and then put his hand there unless you cut off his finger, which I don't think you should be doing. I feel like you have to present something to him. That's Goodman's notes and the switch raised life. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Yep, that opens up a new line of questioning. Now that was a bloody violent case. Violent, so it was a murder. A serial killing. Serial killing? Dun dun dun. But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago. That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumor mill. Rumors? It was supposed to be all clean with transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Interesting. Um, there's another thing we have to present to him, and that is not this. That is the ID card record. Never have we had 3 tiers of evidence. So it was good when it makes it hard later on because you have so much evidence in your court record. It makes it hard to point out it's not your ID number, Mr. Edgeworth. What? Mr. Edgeworth has it. What the fuck? Why would Edgeworth come to the evidence room? That is weird. Let's actually look at it for a second because I kind of want to have a look at something. Is that? No, that's it. Let's go to check. And this is Miles Edgeworth number. So at 4:40 p.m. of the day Bruce Goodman died, he was there for some weird ass reason. Oh my goodness me. Anyway, second of all, there's another thing we have to do here, and that is we can check it all we want, but no, that's not what I want to do. Wait, there's blood there, so if we use the luminol. No, I don't want to. How do you use it? Maybe. Do I have to examine it? Maybe. What's this? Blood? It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint there. Someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright, what if there were other bloodstains left in the room? How the bloody hell do you use the luminol? What's that? Oh, that's her name. I'm not sure how you use this. Whatever. What about this stuff here? Broken pieces. The case, the SL9 instant pal. See the sticker on the one of the pieces there? Another piece of SL9. Check it out closer. Okay. Spent a good well, you're an idiot, so we can easily do this. Alright, so this part gets a bit difficult. There's a specific way that you can do this, and it's actually really quite difficult. First of all, you can easily fuck up, and it took me quite a while to get to this point. So what we need to do first off is fragment number 5, and we need to rotate it clockwise to, I think, nope, it's somewhere, I'm sure. No, this bit, yeah, we got another one. Okay, then we need fragment number 4, and we need to turn that around 3 times, and then we need fragment number 6, and we need to turn that around. The long piece must be on that side. Okay. It's a big jigsaw puzzle, but we should be able to do it. Then we need fragment number 8, maybe? No, not fragment number 8. We need fragment number 1. And we need to, yep, that's it. And then we need fragment number 8. now, and we need to rotate that towards that. And now we need fragment number 3, and we need to turn that way. And finally, fragment number 7, I think. And no, maybe not fragment 7, but fragment 2, sorry. And we need to turn that way. Maybe? No? That way? That way? Got it. And now last fragment. This should be it. One more fragment is missing. Wow, I think we did it. That was a nice jigsaw puzzle. Still, does look like most disabled jar. Alright, I'm a bit tired, guys, so I'm gonna end this video up here. It's been 1 hour, so I guess you had your fill. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and until next time, this has been your main man Action, signing out. Peace.